Hello everyone and welcome to this first episode of my new series of tutorials about the game. So in this episode we are going to cover the game's UI basically. So just the games and not the map editors and everything. So when you start a scenario, you're gonna have this panel here. So there is the name of the scenario and a bit of historical background. So you need to hit start to start the scenario, to start playing. And so I'm just quickly gonna go over how to move around the map and everything. So to move the camera, it's going to be WASD if you want to use the keyboard. So you can pan the camera basically using WASD. All the key bindings are can be modified in the settings, just so please have a look at the settings and set everything the way you'd like to have it. Okay, so if you don't want to use the tiles on the keyboards, you can always turn on move the camera with mouse on edges. So having your mouse on the left, on the right is going to move the camera for you. You can turn that on in the settings. Otherwise, you will have to hold down the middle button on your mouse and just drag it around. That is the easiest way to move the camera. So it's not left click, it's not right click, it's the scrolling wheel basically you have to hold down. To zoom in and out, well, it's also the scrolling wheel or your trackpad if you're on a notebook or something. So you now know how to move the camera around, zoom in, zoom out, and everything. Alright, so about the UI now. If you turned on the tile info in the settings, you will have this part here. So where your mouse is going to be is going to display the type of the tile, its modifiers, and the cost, the movement cost to move there. You also have the coordinates. So if I go in the top right, you're going to have the highest numbers. And bottom left, you're going to have like 0, 0 or something. Yeah, 0, 0. And you also have a little graphical representation just to facilitate viewing what tile is what, because when you have a lot of units like this, well, you don't really know what tile this is, so you might want to just place your mouse over it and then you're going to have the representation on the top there. Alright, so what do we have? Top left, you have your current amount of money. So we got 500. On the right, we have 1000/T. So it's 1000 income per turn. So every turn we get 1000 added to this first number here. Again, on the right, we have a little flag. So this flag is here to indicate who is playing. So right now it might seem obvious, but if I hit next turn, well, you see, I can still move around. Well, not when the AI is moving its units, because one sec. Okay, because I didn't disable the camera track, so you can disable the camera tracking movements if you want. So you got the flag of Slovakia. I'm just afraid this is going to be a bit too. Okay, I can just keep talking. So yeah, so if the country is with you, so if it is in your faction, so your allies, and well, Germany is allied with Slovakia in 1939, so you will also see how much money they got. So you basically have all the infos. This 0 out of 5 with a little tank here. Okay, just one sec. So you see, we got question marks now because Poland is not allied with us, right? So we don't know how much money they got. And I think I'm already gonna quit because I didn't mean to start the turn, because now we would have had to wait and it would have taken some time. So 0 out of 5 with a little tank. So this is the core units you can field. So if I take light infantry, I select it in the store, I hit set core unit. I add it to the basket, I buy it, and see now 1 out of 5, and it's yellow. Yeah, it's yellow here. Can deploy it. It's yellow here, and it's also yellow in the order of battle. Okay, so that's the core unit number. It will evolve over time, so the more campaigns you complete, the more slots you're going to have. So objectives. Well, you got the scenario's name again here, and you got the scenario's, well, objectives basically. So let me just quickly show you. So, well, this is capture all major victory points. So we obviously just need to take Poland, but if we were to play Germany in, let's say, 44 with Operation Bagration, if you would take a look at the objectives here, so pause. You can press P and it's going to pause the game. So fulfill your duty before turn 40. So we need to do this before turn 40. I mean, well, we have 40 turns to do this basically. This is a defensive scenario, so we need to hold all the following tiles. So Minsk and Vilna. So you got the coordinates. So remember, we got the coordinates here. So it's just to help you. If you don't know where it is on the map, you can just deduce it by using the coordinates basically. And you can either do this or capture all victory points. So yes, it is a defensive scenario, so obviously you will win automatically if those two cities belong to you at the end of the countdown, or if you take all the victory points of the enemy basically. So that's what it says. All right, so you have map here, so it's a strategic map. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to jump over to another scenario because otherwise I will not be able to use it. Okay, so map. So you can just click on it and it's gonna move you to where you click. And well, that's basically it. So you got the research. Well, research is not available in campaign. I'll make a separate episode about research. You got diplomacy. Well, diplomacy is also not really available in campaign because you should not be able to influence like do stuff that is related to diplomacy in campaigns, because campaigns well, they're like mostly historically accurate, so it makes sense that you cannot propose peace to France, or when you're about to invade the Netherlands. Anyway, so diplomacy, hide all units. So this will just simply hide all units on the map. It can be useful whenever you want to see just the map, or for screenshot purposes. I don't know, like I just did it, so Chat. So this is for the multiplayer, so you can just say hi, send it, and it says it says your your nickname plus the message you sent. So you'll need to be logged in to be able to send messages. Well, again, this is not really useful if it's a single player campaign like this. It's more useful in multiplayer. So, order of battle. So the order of battle is what it says. It's an order of battle, right? So it's organized by type of units. So you got infantry, tanks, anti-tanks. Well, I have no anti-tank, but I got some artillery here. So you can just click on it. It's going to select the unit. So you can click, 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 click. Right. You can have a single unit to have auto supplies. Should I talk about it right now, or should I go over it when I'm going to talk about the supplies? Well, okay. So basically, auto supplies is you're not going to have to do this manually. When you're going to end your turn, the unit is going to get supplies automatically based on where it is, and it's going to calculate the supplies route and everything. So if you have usually I would do this for infantry. I would just auto supplies for roll, and then all of your infantry has auto supplies, and you can just play, basically focus on playing, and whenever you're going to end your turn, your units are going to get supplies, right? So you don't have to press all of these buttons for every single unit, right? You're going to just save time, right? So you can just toggle it on off for everyone. or you can just do like this manually, right? All right. So, what can you also do with the order of battle? Well, let's take the Stück. We can delete the Stück. Well, it's an unfilled button, so if I press this, we are going to get some money and the Stück is going to be removed from the map. So you see we got 161. Pretty sure it's we're supposed to get like half or something. One sec. There is no Stück here. Interesting. Interesting. So this is a little historical inaccuracy. Okay, let's just take this Panzer here. So 11th Panzer, yep. So let's just unfill that. 263. We were so that's gonna be 700 minus 601. Okay, so you don't get, yeah, you get half of the price of the unit when you unfill the unit, so it gets sold. You also have, well, the information here. So rank 1, XP 0. Do we have veterans? Yeah, we do have veterans here. So you got veterans engineers. So they got a rank of 4 and XP of 60. Whenever you reach rank 5 and XP, it should be 100 experience points, you will get awarded a hero. So how did I get this panel? You just right click on the unit, or let me close this. You select the unit and you do this. It's going to bring you the same thing. But right clicking is working on any unit. So that's why I just right click, because this way you also have access to the enemies, because you cannot do this on enemy units. So that was okay. Yeah, no, I didn't finish about the order of battle. And you got also a little arrow here. So this is the transfer button, so you can transfer units. The thing is, well, currently in this scenario we're alone. So what about we take Eastern 45? We're gonna get Spring Awakening, and let's say we want to transfer our Messerschmitt 262 to Hungary. Hungary is here. They're here. So we just go to the order of battle. We hit transfer and Hungary, and done. The unit doesn't belong to us anymore. The unit belongs to Hungary. So when we hit next turn, Hungary is going to play it. And I think that's all for the order of battle. You also are going to find if the unit has a hero. So if a unit has a hero, it's going to be at the top, like it's going to be at the very top of the column here. So it's going to be written in yellow, so you cannot miss it. So it's going to be like Michael Whitman or something for the tanks. Tanks, yeah. And I think that's all for the order of battle. Obviously, you cannot transfer all the units. Bunkers cannot be transferred. Generals can, because I was like, okay, so you can sack a general, so why not, like, you could just like say like your general is gonna serve like someone else's army or something. Like it is possible, so I made it possible. They can send Hitler, for example, to Second Life, to Hungary. It doesn't really matter in the end, because generals, they're gonna give their bonuses to any allies. So like keeping it for yourself or giving it to your ally, it's not gonna make any difference, because they're gonna get the bonuses anyway. So yeah. So this 26 out of 37 with the little hex hexagon. Well, 26 is the amount of major victory points we hold currently as Germany. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you see the golden one? This is 26. So we got 26 major victory points out of 37. So to win, if we go to objectives, capture all major victory points. Well, we got 26 out of 37. So this means that we need to take all of the golden thing on the map. So that's why it is useful to hide all units, so you can have a quick look where everything is. Alright, well, usually, you know, it's historical, so if you're attacking Moscow, it's gonna be Moscow, and, well, you know, if you just read the description of the scenario, it's gonna be explained there. So this with a little glass hour, right? This is the amount of turn that you have played. Do I have a load? I could. Oh yeah, I do have one. I'm not sure what's gonna be there. It's turn 1. Never mind. Pretty sure this is gonna be the Europe map. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a Europe map. So, oh no, Operation Progression. Okay. Well, I'd say. Oh, god damn it. That's also turn 1. Well, if I was playing one more, well, basically it's your turn number, right? Not different than that. Okay, and here you got the date. So 1st of September 1939. So this will be updated as you go. So here you got the playlist thing. So this is previous music, play, pause, and next music, and here you can force play a music of your choice. And here, obviously, you got the settings, so you can surrender, import overlay. I'm not going to go over this right now. Sound settings, save, load, etc., etc. I'm not going to teach you anything here. So I think the last thing we got is this here. So this is those two little arrows are to loop through all the units that still have actions available. So this means that if a unit did an attack and didn't move, you will be selecting this unit in here. I think I'm going to talk about it right now. So when you select a unit, you got this part on the left that appears. And the thing is, you're going to notice here there is a ZZZ. What does this mean? Well, if you applied civilization, you're going to be familiar with this button. This makes the unit sleep. Ouch, sorry. So what happens when the unit sleeps? Well, basically, it doesn't include it in the loop here. Why did I do that? Well, because when you are playing a campaign, do you really care about looping through this unit or this unit? Not really. You don't want to. You don't care about those, right? They're garrisons, so you just make them sleep. And when you're gonna do like next, they're not gonna show up in the list. And if you want to wake them up, just hit the. I forgot the name in English. It doesn't matter. Just hit it. Don't worry, if there's an enemy coming by, it's gonna wake up automatically. So you can just do this by default on like all the units you'd like. And if there is an enemy that is coming around, they're going to wake up and they will be in the list automatically. So yeah, so this is to buy, so it will open you the shop, the store. I will make a special video for the store after this one, so I'm not going to go over it. So you can buy stuff, so I'm just going to buy light infantry. And this here, the arrow with the tank, it's to deploy your units, right? So you can deploy it. So you just hit it, it selects it, and then on the map it's going to show you where you can deploy this unit. So I'm going to explain in the next video what units can be deployed where, why you can deploy such or that unit at this place, or I'm going to explain you everything about this in the next episode. I'm just going over the UI right now. So you can just select it, and then just clicking on the map will place the unit and will remove it from your reserve. This is your reserve basically. You can sell it and you will get 100% of the money because you didn't place it yet. You can just buy it, delete it, 500. You see, we can just do this many times and you will not lose any money. As long as you don't place it, as long as you don't field it, you will get back 100% of that money. Unless it is a captured unit, you will get 50%. So if you capture this 37 millimeters here to the polish, if you want to sell it, you're going to get 50% of its value. And you can transfer the unit from here to the Soviets, for example, or to Slovakia. And it will arrive not on the map, but it will be transferred to their reserve so they can deploy it wherever they would like. So this is pretty neat. This with the tank and the plane. This is to toggle the view. Is it not here? Yeah, okay, here. So you see, you got a little tank with a little plane here. It means that there are two units on this tile. So when you press here, it's going to toggle the views between one and the other. So the shortcut for this one is tab. So you can just hit tab and it's switching. So you can select it and again hit tab and it's going to switch for everything except the unit you have selected. Useful when you have anti-air and you would like to attack stuff around you. And this is, well, to switch from the normal graphics to the NATO counters. So I just pressed it and you see we only have NATO counters. Shortcut for this is N, like NATO. So you can just press it and it's just toggling everything basically. And again, you can press tab and it's going to switch. Okay. So, I think I explained everything about the UI, right? Like that is visible right now. So this is the end turn button. Probably I don't have to explain that. But basically, I think I'm going to just go quickly over what's on the counters. So you got, I didn't explain what's on the left. Okay, the counters first. You got the first value here is the soft attack, so what is used against infantry. In the middle, you got 15, so it's the hard attack, so against armored vehicles or buildings. And the last one, or ships, and the last one is the air attack value. So, well, our SDKFZ has 0, but you see that here our WZ36 has 24 air attack value. So if we take our plane, we place our mouse here, you see Polish are going to take 18 casualties and we are going to take 24. So 24, well, it is what it is on this counter here. So what is this orange number here? Well, this is the range of the units, at what range it can attack. So, well, this is a recon car, so it can attack any unit that is adjacent to it. So it's one range. But if we take the Deutschland battleship, it has a range of 3. So this means that if I go here, I can still attack the unit because 1, 2, 3. So 3, that's the range. 7, it is the speed or of the unit. So it can move, it has 5 movement points. This one has 3 movement points and this one has 7. So in the sea, it's easy, you can move, well, every tile has, you see here, 1, the cost is 1, so you can move 7 tiles. 1, 2, well, I'm not going to count, but basically if I go here, we're going to be at 0 out of 7 movement points, right? But for ground units, it's different because not all tiles have the same cost. Like a thick forest is going to cost 3 movement points. A plane is going to cost 2, and a road is going to cost 1. So this means that this unit can move 5 tiles across road, or 2 tiles across the plane, and then 1 more. You see? Well, it didn't really take the path that I thought it would take, but it could. Well, it still can do this, like 2, 2, 1, that's 5, or 3 and 2, that's 5, right? 0 now. All right. So what's here? 100. This is the health point of the unit. This red thing here, it means that the unit can attack. So if I move here, I attack. It now turns gray. The unit has attacked. So it used its action. And the green arrow means that the unit can move. So if we do this, well, now it turns gray because the unit moved. Right? And if we attack, both are gray. All right. Well, then you got just the options here. So you got the horse. It means that this Pack 36 unit is horse-toed, but you also know it because when you have the unit selected, well, you know where you can move, so you know. We got horse-toed, toed. Do we have any mechanized. Okay, we do motorized. So this is a truck, so it means that the unit is motorized. But again, when you select the unit, you can see with a truck that it is motorized. This artillery unit is mechanized. You got a little half track here. So again, half track, so it's mechanized. And there is a little star here, so it means that they are elite units. So you see they got 130 health points. Sorry. And basically all the options in the store, so veteran, winter train, torpedo, drop tank, mountaineers, basically every single option that you got is going to be found on here on the counter of the unit. All right, so that's it for that. And the last thing I'm going to cover in this episode is this left part of the UI. So you can hit here. Is going to show you more stats about the units. So it's going to show you basically the counter stats and more stats like the visibility, the range, tile. Well, basically you got tooltips, right? Like I'm not going to go over this because you got tooltips for everything. But I'm going to go over, so I already explained the sleep wake up button. So this is replenish manpower button. So we got attacked or something here. Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Do I have engineers? Yeah, but it's too late. Okay, I'm going to place mines 1 sec. I'm going to see if I can get my... Ah, right. You cannot place mines if you're in contact with the enemy. Okay, I'm going to place the mine here. Okay, I place mines. And... yeah, I cannot really move on my tile. Okay, complete fail. What I wanted to show you is that this is... it will light up just like this when you can heal your unit. So 61%, what is this number? 61%, it means you are getting 61% of supplies. So this means that you got 97 HP, so to get back to 100, you would need 100%. So now, you need three more health points to get back to 100 to be fully healed. But because you got only 61% of supplies coming, you are gonna get 61% of those 3, right? Because not everything is reaching you. And then obviously on the right you got the cost. So if I cannot hit it because I attacked, so you cannot attack and resupply. So if I move here, see, cost 2, we got 375, I hit 373, so -2. Alright, so this is to replenish the munitions. So you can see your munition right here, 10 out of 15. This is the fuel, so it's the way you move. So you got it here, 80 out of 80. So if it's a horse, oh well, also 80. Do I have a truck or something? Yeah, I got trucks in the south. Half track have only 30 max, and infantry has 50 max with trucks. Okay, so this is both ammo and fuel. Instead of clicking on both things, you can just click this. It will do automatically this and this. This is the blow up and repair bridge. Do we have a... Yes, we have engineers. Yeah, 1 sec. Okay, we got a bridge. So take your engineers, move onto the bridge, or you can have partisans. It will work just as well. And you can just blow the bridge up. And if I do hide all units, you can see that, well, there's smoke and the bridge has been blown up. So our units can't cross anymore. And next turn, so it used our action, so we can't move and attack anymore. Next turn, we will be able to repair it. There is a little hammer here, so if you take your engineers on a broken bridge, you can just press the same button again, and it will repair the bridge. You got this little paratrooper here. So let me just take a new campaign, USA, Overlord. So we got, right, they already landed. Oh, I know. Operation Husky has those. No, USA, 43 Husky. Okay, so we have paratroopers here. So let's just move here, for example. And you see I can just drop your paratroopers. So that's the button you use to drop them. And you got this little... I'm going to show you in the Polish campaign. You got... where are we here? You got this. It's a wagon and a landing craft. So this is the button to toggle the transport for the unit. So basically, if you are in a harbor, if you want to embark, you just press this button, right? Careful, you cannot undo it. It looks like you can just land, but yeah. But if there is, okay, yeah, and so if there is, okay, one sec. Okay, so here you can just do this, and it's gonna get on a train because, well, there is no harbor, right? So you can just move alongside the railroads. But what if there is a harbor next to a railroad? Well, same thing. Just press it and come on. You're supposed to be able to toggle it. Okay, so that is a problem. I'm gonna have to fix this. Basically, you should be allowed to do this again and switch to train. So like you can just loop through all the transport mode. And it's going to be the same thing with paratroopers on airfields. Or I don't have any paratroopers. Well, even if I buy them now. I don't have paratroopers 1939. Well, anyway, just bring your paratroopers on an airfield, and you will have this here pop up, highlight, and light up. Light up, and you will be able to toggle between airborne or ground mode. And so this here, I don't have any submarines, so I'm going to show you the undo button. So move, undo. So it's just the undo button. You cannot undo if you discover new units. You cannot undo if you change mode. So like if you drop your paratroopers, you will obviously not be able to undo that. If you capture a city, you will not be able to undo your move. Anything that, like anything that has an impact on the game, you will not be able to undo it. But anything else, you will be able to undo it. And so here you see you can just move like, man, getting ambushed in a train. Bad. So I'm going to show you the last the last UI element. Where do we have submarines? Pretty sure in the Great Britain campaign. Somewhere. Alamein, probably. Oh, that will need to be fixed. So we got a submarine here. You can just move. And you see, we got the thing here. So you can just click it as many times as you want during your turn. It doesn't really matter. This is to dive with your submarine. So like this, you are on the surface, and if you do this, you are underwater, like 200, like deep underwater, right? And you are not attackable by planes or any ship that isn't a destroyer. Sorry. Any destroyer will be able to damage you when you are underwater, like using depth charges. Well, it's going to be like very low damage because like you're technically deep underwater, but they can still attack you. And if you're on the surface, any ship can attack you, and planes as well. Well, not fighters, but fighters equipped with bombs or rockets or anything that can do damage in the real life to a submarine will be able to damage your submarine. All right, and I think that's all. So you cannot attack and dive, right? That would be you cannot dive and attack. It's either one or the other, right? All right. And I think that's gonna be it about the UI. I think I talked about everything. Yep, yep, yep. I think I talked about everything. All right. Well then, that's gonna be it for this video about the UI in the game. Next, I will be talking about the store, how to buy, how to place, how to upgrade, make a core unit, downgrade, everything that is related to the store. And then I'll just see what I'm going to be talking about, maybe damage mechanics or stuff like that. Alright, well, that's it for me for this episode. I hope you learned things. If you didn't, and you just wanted to listen to me, that's also very fine. Have a good day, guys. See you in the next one.